welcoming Dr. Abdul Basit, Chancellor, Preston University, who will now deliver his welcome address. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Abdul Basit.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Honorable Chief Guest, Khwaja Muhammad Asif, Federal Minister for Defense, Mr. Abdul Hamid, Pro-Chancellor, Dr. Dawood Awan, Vice-Chancellor, Dr. Saima Afzal, Registrar, Dr. N.M. Bhatt, Chairman, Preston Institute of Nanoscience and Technology, Deans, Heads of Department, Faculty, graduates, families and friends of graduates, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu Alaikum. It is indeed a great pleasure and a great honor for me to extend a very warm welcome to our Honorable Chief Guest, Khwaja Muhammad Asif, Federal Minister for Defense, for joining us today at this 35th Convocation of Preston University, Islamabad. Sir, I am deeply indebted to you for accepting our invitation to grace this occasion as the Chief Guest. Your distinguished presence at this ceremony is a matter of immense pleasure and pride for all of us present here today. Ladies and gentlemen, may I ask you to join me in giving a big hand to our Chief Guest. I also take this opportunity to extend a warm welcome to our distinguished guests, graduates, their parents, families and friends for being with us at this momentous occasion. Honorable Sir, I would like to briefly mention that Preston University started its long journey 41 years ago in 1984 as the first ever private university in Pakistan. Preston University is chartered by the government and fully recognized by the Higher Education Commission. Over the years, sir, we have produced more than 60,000 graduates who are very well placed in national and multinational organizations, both in Pakistan and abroad, and have been contributing significantly to the economy of Pakistan. Preston University continues to provide quality higher education in Pakistan with the assistance of our highly competent, highly qualified and distinguished faculty to provide market-driven education in fast expanding professional disciplines such as business administration, computer science, artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, data sciences, as well as in multiple departments and divisions of social sciences and natural and applied sciences. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a great day for our graduates, and I take this opportunity to extend my heartiest congratulations to all the graduates for this particular occasion in their life. Dear graduates, it is indeed your day today, and it's going to be a cherished and remarkable memory of your life. I'm sure you feel proud of yourself, and your parents and families feel proud of yourself. We at Preston University also feel a great deal of pride for your accomplishments. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, moving forward now, I would like to call upon Professor Dr. Muhammad Dawood Awan, Vice Chancellor, Preston University. We will now present the graduates of the university for the conferral of degrees. All graduates, please rise and remain standing.
Honorable guest and my colleagues, students, my teachers and students. In my position as Vice Chancellor of Preston University, I present to the Chancellor Preston University 124 candidates present here today and 240 candidates in absentia who have all fulfilled the requirement for the award of degrees. And I pray that the respective bachelor's, master's and doctoral degrees be conferred on them. Thank you very much.
Without further ado, I now request Dr. Abdul Basit, Chancellor, Preston University, to kindly deliver the citation for the award of degrees. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Abdul Basit.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In my capacity as Chancellor of Preston University, I confer upon you the degrees of Bachelor of Business Administration, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, Bachelor of Science in Psychology and International Relations, Master of Science in Physics, Chemistry, Biology and Electronics, Master of Science in Psychology, Economics and IR, Bachelor of Education, Bachelor of Technology, Master of Business Administration, Master of Philosophy and Doctor of Philosophy, with all the rights, privileges and obligations thereto, and I authorize you to wear the regalia and robes as an insignia prescribed for your respective degrees. Thank you.
Mr. Ramiz Ahmed. Kuratulain. Aruz Fatima. Bisma Muqaddas Arshad. Turab Ahmed. Rabia Beg. Mr. Haris Ahmed Butt, who scored 4 CGPA, program MBA Marketing, batch winter quarter 2011. Mr. Abdul Ghaffar Khan, who scored 3.9 GPA, program MBA Project Management, batch spring quarter 2011. Mr. Abid Hassan, who scored 4 GPA, program MBA HRM, batch fall quarter 2012. Ms. Shabana Momal, who scored 3.9 GPA program MCS batch fall quarter 2016. Ms. Mariam Ms. Hadika Nadeem, who scored 4 GPA program MSc Psychology batch fall semester 2015. And last but not the least, Ms. Fakhra Gul, who scored 4 GPA in MSc Physics batch summer semester 2016. May I now request the chief guest and the officials of the university to kindly take their seats at the head table, please. I will now call Ms. Maria to come to the podium and continue with the announcements.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my proud privilege to humbly request our chief guest, Honorable Khwaja Muhammad Asif, Federal Minister for Defense, to kindly deliver his address. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Honorable Khwaja Muhammad Asif.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dr. Abdul Basit, Chancellor Sahib, Mr. Abdul Hamid, Co-Chancellor Sahib, Dr. Daud Awan, Vice Chancellor Sahib, Dr. Saima Afsar, Registrar Sahiba, respected faculty and staff, and dear graduates, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. It is indeed a pleasure for me to be honored as chief guest at the 35th Convocation of Preston University, Islamabad. I thank the Chancellor, Dr. Abdul Basit, for extending the invitation to me. I am truly honored. Dear graduates, this is a memorable event of your life. You have worked hard with persistence and passion. You have completed the degree requirements as a fruit of your efforts. You have been awarded your degrees today. This is a moment that you can truly be proud of yourself. Of course, your teachers, friends, and family also feel proud of your wonderful accomplishment. I congratulate all the graduates today. It's really an honor for me to award degrees to all of you. Can I say a few things? While I was watching this ceremony or conducting this ceremony, whatever, I was remembering that I was telling Chancellor Sahib that I did not receive my degrees in a convocation. They were sent to me by mail. I graduated in 1968 from Government College Lahore, The country was in turmoil and there were no convocation taking place in those days. So this rare honor or a moment of pleasure, I never really enjoyed it. Then came my second degree, the law degree from Punjab University. In 1970, the country was again in turmoil, and I received the degree through mail again. You are lucky, the country is, alhamdulillah, not in turmoil. 1970, we were facing insurrection in East Pakistan. In 1978 and 68, the country was up in arms against Field Marshal Ayub Khan. But let me say a few words about my experiences on different junctures of my life, which is partly I started as a banker way back in 1971, stayed with banking profession until 1991, and then I was elected to the parliament, and since then I'm a member of the parliament. I've spent most of the time in the system in our country. It has many layers. The upper layer for the privileged classes, and then middle layer, and then lower layer. No society can progress where the education which is being imparted to them, to the children, to the younger generation, is so mixed up as it is in our country. We have not yet decided, well, I'll just give you an example. When we were growing up, I was going to school, I was going to college and then to the university. Till the 80s, there was, to an extent, uniformity in the education which was being given to the students all over Pakistan. Then in the 80s, things started changing, and what is being taught now has hardly any reference to our history. Hardly any reference to what we went through in the 1930s and 1940s, struggling for Pakistan, and what happened in the 1950s and 60s, and then 70s. And this whole thing, the change of curriculum and what is to be taught and what is not to be taught, was influenced by the war we opted for in the 1980s, that is the Afghan war. And we are still paying the price for that initiative which was taken by the then government. And a whole generation of rigid religious extremists was born. The tolerance just evaporated, just disappeared from our society. And then came the second phase when we joined the war after 9/11. Again, something was formulated, orchestrated, and developed to suit our initiative of taking part in the war in Afghanistan. On both occasions, our meddling in Afghan affairs was actually the need of the superpowers, not the need of Pakistan. And this changed our destiny. I hope not forever, I pray not forever. But at least what are we facing today, or since last many years, since last maybe couple of decades, is a result of changing the direction of education in this country in the 80s and then early this century. Our history was changed, but because that was necessary. I refer very often to a book by a very famous and illustrious historian, God bless his soul, K.K. Aziz. It's called The Murder of History. Whatever history we had, we were proud of our history. Bunch of educated people, very well educated people, who write books and then edit books also, the textbooks. They distorted our history. And you will find in that book by K.K. Aziz, The Murder of History, what is written in a certain book which does not relate to the real history which we had in this part of the subcontinent. What are our traditions? How we came to this part of the subcontinent? What are our origins? What are our traditions, especially the religious traditions? So this distortion is fundamentally the duty of people who are teaching the present generation in schools, colleges and universities. But of course, the primary responsibility rests on the government. They must evolve a system by which, from Gwadar to Gilgit, a uniform syllabus is evolved. And our younger generation is taught what is true and what is factual. It really saddens me. I'm in the twilight of my life, that when I was going to school or when I was going to college or university, what I read never contaminated my mind, never raised questions in my mind which were perhaps very confusing and for which the answers were true and authentic. Now when people ask questions, the students ask questions, they are not given the real picture and the real history or real background of our society, of our country and our religion also. We live in a fractured society. A society which is splintered on perhaps every, whatever you can call, religiously speaking, fractured, splintered, politically, and in so many other ways. So we have to transform our society on the basis of education, which transforms a nascent generation or a nascent mind and make him a responsible citizen of our very dear country, our homeland. We must provide to you, the younger generation, especially an identity of which you should be proud of, a history which gives you a context in life. Context, whatever endeavors you adopt in the coming years and coming decades in your life. So I request, very learned people are sitting on the stage, that they must take this initiative, because I'm not an expert. I'm not a very highly educated person, just regular education, graduated and law graduate. I have experience and I have seen things evolving in this country, for good and for bad. But it definitely makes me sad. I'm perhaps the oldest person in this gathering. To see the way things are moving, the way things are moving totally in a directionless manner in our homeland, in Pakistan. There are good things also. There is no need for despair. But perhaps in my age, we become victims of despair more easily. But at your age, we should be giving you hope, a very, very strong hope for a better future, giving you pride that you are a Pakistani and a responsible member of the society. So I pray and I request the teachers, the educators, and of course the leaders of this country. One can ask me that you are also from this class. I tell these things to my time in opposition, and perhaps 1/3 or 1/4 of the time in government. I have, the other day, I expressed my views on education in NDU. I was invited just about 4 or 5 days back. We do not have uniques also, to the government also. I was telling NDU the other day, the portfolio of education in the cabinet is the most unattractive portfolio. Whereas this should be taken as a mission, as something of a challenge, that you transform this society, this country, into something which has direction, which has purpose, which can make you and the coming generation responsible citizens. So these are my thoughts. Maybe, I'm all confused over here, but I feel very, excuse me, hope I said. No, I get sometimes, but still, when I come to educational institutions in Sialkot also, other places also, there is a rush of emotions and lot of enthusiasm that I am amongst the people who are the future of my country. And I pin my hope in this generation that they will steer the country in a much better way. The way, if I look at myself or my generation, much better than us. And it is a responsibility of your teachers to guide you on the right way, to get you out of this confusion of counter-religious narratives, political narratives, counter-economic narratives. We must determine where we have to go, from where we have come. That will provide you context to go forward in life and be useful citizens, good Pakistanis. God be with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Moving forward, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Abdul Basit, Chancellor, Preston University, will now present the University Shield as a memento to the Honorable Chief Guest, Honorable Khwaja Muhammad Asif, Federal Minister for Defence.